Hello and happy Monday. And we're back with messages today and lalafell farming. As every Monday, remember when we do our messages to take what resonates and leave the rest. If you were here on Saturday, uh, we used a different deck, and that deck, when I went to cleanse it to use it today, was missing some cards apparently. I don't know what happened there. So we're we're gonna we're gonna just not use that deck. We're gonna use a different deck today. But hello, good morning. How was your weekend? Did you get up to anything fun? Did you enjoy your Saturday and Sunday? Let me know. Let's say good morning. Hi Pisces, how are you? Hi Florine, how are you? I'm a little bit irritated at OBS right now, but we're gonna try and push through. Probably. Hi Fisherman, how are you? Oh damn, more snow? What the hell? I'm gonna think about that every time it's too cold. At least it's not snowing where I am. That sucks. I am so sorry. So here's the funny thing about my deck missing cards. So like when I shuffle cards, they tend to like fly around, right? And over the summer, I switched desk setup. I had a completely different desk setup before August of 2025. And so it is likely that a card or two fell somewhere. It's under the bed, or it's behind the bed, or it's lost forever in the desk or something, wherever. So there is a very there's a strong possibility that I'm going to have to replace the whole deck because we're missing pretty much like at least 5 cards. Like I thought maybe it was 1 or 2 that was missing, but we're missing like 5. Now maybe I'll be lucky and I'll just need to like look for them, and they're somewhere very easy to find, but I don't know where the hell the other cards are. I was going through it and I was like, I can see the Emperor, but I can't see the Empress. I don't know where the Empress went. And we have all our court cards and we have a majority of our major arcana, but I noticed that the strength card, it shows up twice in that deck because of, I'll explain in a minute, but it shows up twice. So you would think that the other card that's supposed to show up twice, which is the Justice card, would also show up twice. But I only saw it once. So there is a potential that I'm going to have to go looking for the rest of the cards in order to use that deck again, or just replace the entire deck, which is not a big deal. The deck was like $20. Like it wasn't. Tarot decks are not cheap. Not cheap, not expensive. They're decks. You know, they're going to be a certain amount depending on the art style, the artist. If it had like, there's a deck that I have here. I'm going to show you guys in a bit. It was actually the first deck that I ever bought. Very beautiful deck. Very hard to read though. It was part of like a Kickstarter and it was like $50. But I liked it because of the art, and I'll show you the art later because I think you'll see why I liked it. But hey, you know, and yeah, you did go to the Squeenix pop-up store. I know, I was there with you. And I was trying really hard to not spend all of the money that we had to spend, and we spent quite a pretty penny, but it was worth it because I now have a Titus and Una playmat that I can do my tarot readings on. I have this guy who's holding my headphones right now. And a couple of other goodies that I can't share on camera for reasons I cannot say. Loperette deck, I would love to show off more, but it is a mess. Kid had an ortho appointment today that got canceled. Nice, very nice. Took the edible. I'm kidding. Specialized decks can run real money though. I have some yeah. Like I think the most I ever spent on a tarot deck was like $75, 80 bucks, something like that. And I actually gave that deck away to a friend. Who I am no longer friends with. But I really didn't use the deck that much, so it's fine. So we are going to be doing messages in a bit. As a reminder, polite reminder, there are rules to it. Just try and keep the conversation to what the reading is saying. Not because I don't want to hear what you guys have to say. I love hearing from you guys. But unfortunately, sometimes it gets a bit distracting if there's too many jokes going on. You know, it's I'm trying to get through the message. So please keep in mind that as long as we're keeping on topic, we should be fine. So on Saturday, I did some like check-in messages, and those check-in messages were supposed to be for today, but then I realized the check-in messages I did with the deck that I did them technically makes those readings invalid. So if you were here on Saturday evening, those messages were invalid. Used with the Lost Hollow Tarot. You probably remember it had like the black and the red and the white. Very cool deck. I love the art here, and I was cleansing it last night, getting ready for today, and I just realized that it is not a full deck right now. So we'll use it another time when I get another copy of it, or I find the other cards, and I completely cleanse it and make sure it's working as it should. But we'll be using a couple other different decks in the meantime that do have all their cards. I checked. Just want to say hi. Hope you have an amazing day in stream. Got the COVID. Oh no! Please feel better. I am praying for you. I will check in with you later. Please feel better. Please hydrate. Hydrate, please. Take medicine that you need to take and feel better. We're sending love to Elsie. So Elsie, please feel better. We will be doing our messages in a moment. And thank you for popping and saying hi. See you later. Okay, let's switch over and get the messages started. But yeah, let's send some love to Elsie. Make sure she's okay. Damn, COVID. All right, so let's get in our right headspace here. Remember to take what resonates. I don't know how we're doing these messages. I usually do them by modality. So if you are a, mutable sign, fixed sign, cardinal sign, I usually do that with dice, and I don't have my dice like on the desk with me right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait and see what the cards say first, and then we'll go based on that. And we'll see based on vibes, like who's getting their messages first, what the messages are, how we need to sit with them, things like that. Remember to hydrate, remember to take what resonates, all of that. If you've been here before, you know pretty much the message, but if you're new here, if you're just coming in, all of my tarot messages are general collectives when I do them for free on here. I do have readings available on my Ko-fi that Pisces so lovingly just linked. Thank you so much, Pisces. But when it comes to collectives in general, whether it's my messages, somebody else's messages, take the parts that resonate for you and your situation. If something kind of freaks you out and you're like, that doesn't sound like me, what is this message saying? Then it's not for you. Then you don't have to be freaked out. Now, if you are freaked out because you feel like it might be for you, you're welcome to sit with it and kind of regulate your nervous system, figure out if it's really for you, or if you're just kind of listening in too much to messages, because sometimes people consume this kind of content too regularly and they end up believing that all messages are for them, and all messages might be for you, but being able to discern which are actually for you in this present moment is important. It's the most important part. So before I start, quick prayer for Elsie. Thank you so much for being here, Elsie. Thank you for being a part of the team, and thank you so much for being my friend. I hope you feel so much better soon, and much love to you. We're all sending love to you, and best of luck recovering from COVID. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. Take what resonates, as always. Let's see what these messages are. This is my favorite deck right now because it has cats on it, but it's basically the same tarot as we always see. And it fits in my hand. See, this is the standard Rider-Waite. I have small hands, as you could tell. So the smaller decks are better for me. See what our first message is for this Monday morning. What do we need to hear right now for this week ahead? Okay. The Hermit and the Seven of Wands. And the Six of Swords. Oh no, not the 6-7. Alright. Okay, so the fun thing about the smaller deck is we could do longer spreads. We could do a 6 card spread with this smaller card. But I'm gonna stick to the 3 cards because I think that just works easier for my brand. The 3 cards just make more sense to me. So for this message, because the major arcana is the Hermit, and the Hermit is Virgo, I'm gonna guess this message is for the mutable signs. So if you are a Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius, or Gemini in your sun, moon, or rising, this message could be for you. Take the parts that resonate though, not the parts that don't make sense to you. I need to actually be right back 1 second. Okay, that was the 1 second. Okay, so when it comes to our readings, we're going to be reading the bottom card energy and the top card energy. The reason that we do it that way is because we are looking for where we're currently sitting with this vibe. So with this vibe, we're currently in our 10 of Pentacles energy, which is an interesting place for the shadow card to be because the shadow card is representing sort of like where we are, but maybe where we don't want to stay. And the 10 of Pentacles is such a strong, like, vibrant energy where it's like, why wouldn't you want to stay in this? But I can see why somebody might not want to stay in their 10 of Pentacles energy. 10 of Pentacles is extremely specifically like, you're doing good. Like, financially, your family's in line. Like, everything's good. But I think, like, when it comes to things being too good, you have like a sense of complacency about that. And maybe that's what this is saying because there's also the High Priestess at the top of the deck, which is like, we know we need to get a move on. We know what we need to do to get a move on, but we are keeping ourselves stuck. And this is what this message is literally saying. So, mutable signs, I just want to say before I get to this message, if you don't resonate with it, that's fine. If you resonate more with the fixed or cardinal signs later, then that's great. Please resonate with what you resonate with. Don't force a message just because you are a mutable sign. I think for this message, we're going to just have to break it down little by little because just because I'm saying what the message is doesn't mean I can't educate what the cards are saying. The Hermit card here, the Hermit is a wanderer, right? The Hermit is pretty point blank, lives alone, focuses on the self, very much in their own headspace. You also notice on the staff he has a guiding star. It's a nod to the star card where we're using our alignment and our ideas of what alignment is to guide us through uncertain times. And while your journey is your own, I think when we're seeing the Hermit card, we're kind of remembering that we sometimes do too much by ourselves. We don't rely on the people around us that much. Now, that might not be completely your fault, mutable signs. And if you were raised anything like me, also a mutable sign, it's really hard to ask for help. It's really hard to see people around you as being dependable because of either people who are like, oh yeah, you can ask me for help, and then when you did, they're like, you don't know how to do this? Like, very critical kind of people. So I get it, but you can't stay in that mentality forever. Maybe that's what it's saying. It's not necessarily saying that in this moment you need to ask for help, but you need to kind of get out of your own head and stop believing that you have everything figured out. Because just because you know what your target is doesn't mean you know how to exactly get there. Goodness. All right, so the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands, depending on the deck that you're using, the Lost Hollow deck did describe the Seven of Wands as valor. And the Seven of Wands I actually like to see as kind of a great step next to the Six of Wands, because the Six of Wands is our victory and our success. But most of the time when you see the Six of Wands, you're seeing the Six of Wands where this person's on their high horse and everyone around them is celebrating them, but they're still on their high horse. And I kind of wonder if there's some sort of ego thing going on there. With the Seven of Wands, I think that ego thing is kind of more relevant because you're kind of seeing this rejection, or sort of like this, I don't want to see my successes anymore because I have my staff here, I have what I need, why do I need anything from you? And so it's rejecting sort of our successes and our wins from the premise that other people were involved. And so I don't know why this message is coming off so very egotistical, but just remember that the people that you want to celebrate your wins with will help you get to them. Okay? They'll help you get there. And even if you've already celebrated your wins with these people already, it's not over. You're going to be able to continue this path. Think forward with the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords depicts that you are carrying a legacy forward with people who might not be as helpful to you right now as they might be going forward. Sixes in tarot generally have to do with unity of shared resources, shared efforts. It's also the lovers in the major arcana. So we're dealing with not necessarily romantic love, but it's sort of the harmony of your connections and the people around you. So just remember that community is an extremely important and valuable part of your existence. Mutable signs, Virgo, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. But this seems to be a message specific to Virgo placements. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, but also the Ten of Pentacles does represent Virgo, Mercury. So if you have any of those placements, this message is definitely for you. This could also be if you have Cancer placements, but I'm going to just say it is specific to the mutable signs. And I think that's a solid message. I think it's important to remember that the people around you, the reason that you have what you have right now is because of the people that are still currently in your life. Don't disregard what they could be doing for you. And I know that resonates for me in my own way. I'm curious how it might resonate for you in a way that you might not be completely comfortable carrying certain situations or habits with you, but they might actually be helpful to you. People, even relationships that you currently have, family members that you might not want to stay in touch with, they might be helpful to you right now. And you might be rejecting the ways that they've helped you in the past simply because you don't want to continue on with them. Because maybe something about them is not helpful to you or helpful to what situation you're trying to align yourself with. But everything that's around you is a resource. Virgo, Pisces, Gemini, and Sagittarius. You're always needing to see your resources as they are. What's in front of you, right? So don't take it to heart. You know, if there's somebody in your life that you genuinely don't want in your life, that's not going to be for you. If they're dangerous to you, they're unhealthy to you, of course that's not going to resonate. But like if there's somebody you're just being kind of like stubborn about continuing on with, and I know that definitely resonates for me, I feel like there's sort of going to be a drop-off point where you're realizing why they resonate with your current circumstances and how you can have their help, but also recognizing that you might be able to help them in due time. Don't reject it, because these people or these things, these resources around you, the Ten of Pentacles is very much about resources, is how you got to where you are. So don't knock the help that you had in the past just because you have the opportunity and the resources to help those people later, or whatever it is, whatever resources you can return to. Yes, there are. Thank you so much for waiting. There are. Yeah, it looks like it's actually German as well. I want to say it's German. I see Spanish, I see French, I see German as well. I don't know how well you guys can see that on camera on the bottom. And I'm not going to attempt to pronounce any of it because it's been a while since I tried to speak German. I'll stop shaking the cards around. Let's find this one. Okay. The Emperor. Emperador. Yeah, it's Spanish and French on the top. And then, is it all French? Maybe. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? A little bit. Like, a few words here and there that my mom taught me. Yeah, I know for sure this is German down here, but I'm not sure about this one. So I'll have to look into it. To Google that. I love seeing multiple languages on the cards. but like I never know what languages they're in unless I do recognize them. I'm pretty good at recognizing what language it is for the most part, but that last one I wasn't really sure. Maybe it's, I don't know. It's definitely Latin? Maybe. Oh, maybe Italian. You know why? It might be Italian because so there are a couple of decks that came out around the same time as the OG Rider-Waite. So the Rider-Waite is like a very Americanized version of tarot. We also have Marseille Tarot, which is the French version, and then also there's a version of it that is Italian, and I cannot remember the name of it right now. But those decks look kind of similar. Don't tell the French and Italians that. But the art is pretty similar to me, to this, but it is a different, like, context of, obviously, language. I did used to have the Marseille Tarot because I do have French ancestors, and I was trying to connect with it. The cardstock was wonderful, but like having to learn how to read French was a little bit of a pain in the ass because French, beautiful language. Beautiful language. Hard to speak. Fascinating. Time makes sense. Love languages at the, yes. I actually tried to learn Romanian. Have tried to learn so many languages over the course of the last 20 years, and I have never stuck with just one. But for sure we have English, Spanish. This is definitely Italian up here. And then French, for sure. This is definitely German. I'm just not sure what this last one is. What this last language on the top, the bottom right is. So I'm gonna guess it is it Eastern European language? I'm actually just gonna Google it on my phone because the curiosity is gonna bother me before I get into the rest of the messages. Because unfortunately, this is a special interest of mine is languages. We do have an ad break starting in 5 minutes. It's fine. Ooh, I found a Reddit post. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. This is one of those things where it was gonna bug me anyway. I want to say. I'm whatever language is spoken in the Netherlands, and I'm guessing Danish, maybe? That's the language? Maybe. That's what I want to say. I'm ignorant, though. Because when I typed it in Google, I kept saying NL as the website. Dutch, thank you. So it's Dutch. Danish? Why did I think it was Danish? Maybe that's an ignorant thing on my part to do some research, but thank you so much. We're going to shuffle out the cards. We're going to see what sign it is, and then after the ad break, we'll get into the messages and continue on. Which is going to segue me greatly into whatever stream we do next where I do languages, because I would like to start actually learning a language, and I figure why not do that on stream. So the ad does start in 4 minutes, so I'll shuffle the cards out, and then we'll get a good idea what's going on this week for which signs, and we'll actually do the message after the ads. I don't know if you saw that, but it went crazy. So this is most definitely going to be for fixed signs. This is definitely for fixed signs. Oh my goodness, the Lover's on the bottom. So if you are a fixed sign, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, this message is definitely going to be for you. But we will wait till after the ads to get into it. Small sidebar. We have the Wheel of Fortune here. Do you see anything cool about the Wheel of Fortune? If not, that I'll point it out. It has runes on it. So the Wheel of Fortune is actually supposed to be Sagittarius. However, we just did mutable signs, and also the original Wheel of Fortune card in tarot. Let's see if I can find it in the original right away. Has fixed signs represented on it. So I'm thinking that this is a fixed sign message. Yes, the runes are awesome, and they're based on the different like the cups, the swords, the wands. The pentacles not being represented is because pentacles are actually a combination of all of the elements that you see before you. So they are not necessarily saying that pentacles or earth signs are all knowing necessarily, but that they've experienced maybe what the other signs have. And I think that might be why we end the year on an earth sign. I'm just like looking for the card while the ad break's about to start. So yeah, feel free to hydrate, stretch, do your self-care stuff, take care of yourself. I will be here when the ads come back, and then we will get going on this fixed sign message. I'm very excited to see what the hell this is talking about. Because it's giving a lot of information and a lot of no information at the same time. It's very fascinating to me. Alright, I'll be back. All right, we're back, and yes, fishermen. So the thing about runes is that very rarely, and I mean very rarely, do we have runes spelling out specific words, right? So we're just gonna sidebar for a second and say, like, it's supposed to be depicting what the runes mean, not necessarily words specifically. Because when I spelled it out, it didn't really spell out anything, but it kind of gave me um, like for the blue one, it's kind of just saying that, you know, sometimes you just need to go forward and be confident in what's ahead of you, even if you're not entirely sure what gamble you're taking, what risks you're taking, which is very true of the Wheel of Fortune. And then we have in red, we have sort of kind of allowing things to flow to you, and whatever things are kind of not aligned for you or don't feel aligned for you, you'll figure them out. You'll figure out what's supposed to be happening. And then on the bottom, we have that yellow set of runes. It's basically saying to kind of trust what you know and what you know and how it will take you forward, and be very happy with what you stand to learn from it. All of that's very true for the Wheel of Fortune, because the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter, and Jupiter does have to do with expansion and knowledge and learning. So I kind of realized after I took out that the original Wheel of Fortune, it's kind of depicting a couple of different things, not just fixed signs. We've got Taurus and Leo down here, but we also have the Temperance card. We have a Phoenix here. The Phoenix is very Scorpio, but where are we getting Aquarius from, this Temperance energy? It's probably Archangel Michael, and the wings are a depiction of flight, and air signs are connected to flight, and Aquarius being an air sign, that makes sense. But we also have a Sphinx here. We have Anubis. It's like, what's going on? And that's kind of the truth of the Wheel of Fortune. It's a combination of things. It's not just Wheel of Fortune like the game. It's Wheel of Fortune in terms of sometimes you just have to gamble. That's life. Life is a gamble, and regardless of what you are experiencing in life, you have to keep going. You have to keep going until you know your answers. I also historically combining runes is supposed to be, yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Pisces, for keeping up with that. So when we're looking at these messages, remember to take what resonates, as always, and remember also that the bottom card energy, top card energy can say where we're at, where we want to be, but not necessarily where we'll always stay. And where we're currently at is the Lovers. Fixed signs. Why is your shadow card the Lovers? Okay, so harmony, love, romantic love, either way. But the depiction of the Lovers is actually very reminiscent of like the Adam and Eve depiction, especially in the OG Rider-Waite. We're dealing with sort of this understanding that love is sometimes everything and nothing like it's cracked up to be. And that doesn't have to necessarily be about romantic love. It can be about harmony that we see within ourselves, love that we see within our community. Love as a whole, as it feels as unified and beautiful and just feels like it was delivered to you on a silver platter. And that's kind of the point of the Lovers being on the shadow card. It's saying that sometimes our feelings about love and what it means to love and be loved really needs work, really needs to be reflected on. And I did see that in our collective messages on Saturday, because we had the Lovers in reverse. But I feel like it being the shadow card with the top card energy being the Knight of Swords, I feel like we're in this kind of weird situation where we recognize what we want long term, but we're in such a like, we gotta have it now. And that's very interesting because we just started our Saturn and Aries transit, which is very, very accurately, we know it's going to take time, but we want it yesterday. Like it's going to be a lot of that. It's going to be a lot of recognizing that we're not where we want to be and wanting to get there as fast as possible, but recognizing that in order to get anywhere that is worth getting there, it's going to take time. Just out of curiosity, I looked at the bottom of the card. It's a Ten of Pentacles again. So we're kind of dealing with like a maybe a self-love conversation. Maybe when it comes to our Page of Wands here in the reverse. So the Page of Wands when we're dealing with it in upright position, it's kind of like, this is our moxie. This is our, like, hell yeah, I'm young, I can get this done. It's not really saying that we're not young anymore. It's not really saying that we're not capable. It's just saying that maybe we need to consider that we don't have it as much in us as we want to have it in us. We want things to be done with a passion, but maybe we don't have the same passion we used to. It's not because we don't have passion at all. It's because our sense of passion is changing, fixed signs. I feel like with the Wheel of Fortune, the Nine of Cups here, you're starting to kind of recognize that you have certain expectations in terms of your emotional satisfaction, that just jumping the gun and trying anything, it's not really worth it to you anymore. It's high risk, high reward, right? And you're not it's not that you're not young anymore. It's just a matter of, how do I want to say this? It's a matter of recognizing that the risks that you once took don't make sense to you anymore. And if you're going to be taking risks, you want to make sure you're taking the right ones, whether it's in love, romantic, family, friends, like whatever you're doing that helps you feel this sense of harmony. It's not working for you anymore, and you're trying to find what does, and you want this done quickly. You're so adamant mentally to get it done, but the drive that you normally would have is just not there. And if you do try to do anything with it right now, it's going to come out looking way more immature. So you're kind of like waiting with bated breath. It's a very much like horse behind the gate sort of situation where the horse is ready to go, but it's just not time yet. It's just not time yet. So I'm not saying it's not time for fixed signs to have romantic love, to seek self-love or anything. I'm saying that maybe it's a good time for you to start releasing your expectations romantically. Maybe it's a good time to start releasing your expectations in general. Whatever this is about, it's going to turn out better the longer you just sit with this not ready energy, because I feel like with the Pisces season that we're currently in, we're also in a Mercury retrograde that's forcing us to look backwards a lot. Yes, we started the year of the horse already, but we're still in a Mercury retrograde. We're still in Pisces season. Like, we're not there yet. When we get to Aries season, though, the astrology is supposed to pick up like crazy, is what I'm hearing. So I'll look into that closer we get to Aries season. But for now, I'm just gonna say, fixed signs. I know you're tired. Rest. A lot better things come from rest, believe it or not. So fixed signs, Mercury's always retrograde like every 6 months or something. I think we had like 1 year a couple years ago that it wasn't retrograde for like a long time, and it felt sort of, it was like that dolphin meme. I just want to be part of your symphony, it was beautiful. There were no questions of what we were doing in life. We were happy, we were unified. What happened? So, fixed signs, just kind of like, be okay with not doing anything right now. Be okay with where you're at. Be okay with where you're at and how far it's taken you. I think very similarly to mutable signs really, really want to start going and getting stuff done. Whereas fixed signs are like, I know stuff will get done eventually, but I need to kind of check in with myself first. I need to make sure that I am ready, because fixed signs, once you guys get started on something, you're fixed on it, right? Because you're fixed signs. So don't rush anything, especially if it is alignment with what feels good to you. The Lovers is about unity. So even if you don't have unity to consider as far as looking for romantic love, unity is found within as well. The unity that you give yourself when it comes to these tough experiences, this life that you're living, it's going to require you to really consider, like, sometimes, as much as I want to get shit done today, more will get done if I just accept that sometimes I don't have it in me. I don't have it in me today. Sorry, kids. I say sorry, kids, like I have them. Yeah, it always has a fast orbit. I think Pisces is actually where it might be the slowest, but I'm not 100% sure. I know it's really fast in air signs. Okay, so that is fixed signs message. How are we feeling about that? Do we feel heard? Do we feel seen? Does that resonate with you? Excuse me. But yeah, it does have a really fast orbit, so it's always on some BS. And the funny thing about retrogrades is they only last like maybe a couple weeks, but you have to consider the shadow period. The shadow period lasts 2 weeks before it starts and 2 weeks after. Don't ask me. I don't know how this shit works. I just work here. So that was our fixed sign messages. Thank you for listening. Our final reading is going to be for the cardinal signs. So if you are a Capricorn, Libra, Cancer, and or Aries, all I have to say is I boo. Sun, Moon, or Rising for the cardinal signs. We are going to do your message in a moment. I'll be right back again. Real quick. Cardinal signs. Capricorn, Libra, Cancer, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. This message could be for you. Take what resonates. These are general weekly collectives. For the cardinal signs. Goodness. The reversal. So we have a card that was like face down. Then we have two reversals that are both sixes. And they are the Lover's reverse and the Six of Cups in reverse. We also have the Magician. Interesting. I know I said that so loud. Interesting. Alright, cardinal signs. Just remember, take what resonates. This might not resonate for you. That's okay. Doesn't have to. What are we working with on the bottom of the deck? Four of Cups. A Ten of Swords. Cardinal signs. I feel like this is a good time to remember that just because it says the Lovers doesn't mean it has to do with love. However, with the Four of Cups on the bottom, a Ten of Swords, I don't think this is about like romantic love. I don't think this has to be about romantic love. I think what this has to do with is not accepting that things can be good when you stop expecting them to be an imagined perception, whether that's a good imagined perception or a bad one. You create the reality that you have. So if you want to believe that good things are happening and then you shy away from the good things that are happening because you're worried they're going to be repeats of the past, what are you doing? Now, that's not to say that's what's exactly happening here, but it feels a little bit like that. It feels a little bit like cardinal signs are creating a reality where their disconnect from, things that they can't move on from is kind of a vicious cycle for them. And maybe this has to do with love. Maybe this has to do with something else. Maybe it has to just do with united fronts. The way that you unite internally with yourself. Because the Lovers is going to depict like a romantic situation, right? But in reverse, it can also have to do with the ways that we keep ourselves undone in self-love. And yes. Don't be in your own head. Let things happen. If you want good things to happen, you have to let good things happen. You can't really expect good things to happen and then be scared with how they look. Because sometimes the reason that we don't like something coming in for us is because we're too fixated on what it could mean rather than what it should mean for us. Because the Six of Cups in reverse has to do with, the Six of Cups is the past, right? The Six of Cups is our nostalgia, it's our inner child, it's our past, it's living in the past as well, but not necessarily from a negative place. When we're seeing it in reverse, it's a person who can't move on. So if you have had bad luck in love, in self-love, if you just don't feel like you are ready for the next thing, that's too damn bad, because the next thing is already here trying to reward you. You're already in a place of creation. You're in a place of being able to say, I know what I want, and I know what I want is possible for me. I know I'm aligned with the best things possible, because you are in alignment with yourself. But then the way that you're responding to that is by being stuck in the past. And that is in itself an alignment, by the way. That is still authentic. There's nothing wrong with who you are, who overthinks, who rejects positive things coming in. It's because it's reminding you of the past, or it's keeping you feeling like you have to work on yourself, work on a past thing. Maybe something good is happening and it's uncovering the past in a way that you thought you worked on. But the thing is, this week is a good time for you to just address that, so that you can stop being in this energy of rejecting good things that are happening for you. Don't be in your head. Let it happen. That's exactly right, Fisherman. Thank you so much. That is exactly right. Don't be in your head this week. Okay, so basically cardinal signs, if something good happens this week, don't be like, oh, it's probably just going to end up like last time. No. Just let it happen. Reward yourself. Be happy. Big shock. Okay. So it's the messages. I think we're good. We made it in good time because it's only 11 and not 12, because last time we were doing messages, it went till 12 and it was crazy. So I think that was great. I think those messages were decent. Thank you to Pisces for making sure that everyone got to see which messages we're doing at the time we're doing them. It kind of looks like across all of the signs that we are dealing with quite a bit of overthinking, quite a bit of being stuck in the past still, not really sure what's going on. And that's okay. We're in a retrograde season. It's expected. So this week is a good time for everyone. And I mean everyone. Accept things. Don't overthink them. But also, whatever you're overthinking about, address it. Because it's going to keep coming up whether you want it to or not. You're going to keep overthinking. So you can also overthink the good things too, by the way. You can overthink the good things, you can overthink the bad things, but most of the time as a society we tend to overthink the bad things, and you don't have to do that. You can overthink good things too. Me not taking my own advice. So, are we good on messages? Would we like more messages? I do have them in the redeems. They are cheaper now in the redeems. I lowered the price of them because I realized I recalculated. I was like, that's too much. So it's a 1-question reading. It's 555 points. You can ask a question. Just nothing political. Nothing. How does he feel about me? How does she feel about me? If you don't know how a person feels about you, why are you asking a stranger on the internet? I'm just saying. If you have a question, if you don't have a question, you just want like a general message, you're welcome to also just put general, like a what you need to hear, just a random message from your guides, and I can do that as well. We also have a Ko-fi that Pisces so wonderfully put in the pinned. You're welcome to book or tip or do either of those things, but please keep in mind that there are tags for which one is Twitch safe, which one is not. So Twitch safe is TS, and private only is PO. Not piss off, but private only, because we want to make sure that not everybody has to get a reading on live. Not everybody wants a reading on live. I bumped the camera, sorry. But I am still available to do those kind of readings. Just let me know what you want, and we will switch over to games in a minute, because I still need to load it. So, we're going to go back to just chatting real quick, and just chat for a bit. And I will get my game set up, and I will play on my lalafell that I'm sure you guys want me to play on. So, how are those messages for everyone? Do tell how you felt about these messages. I am super curious how you felt about them. I know how I felt about them. Oh, I forgot to show this off. Do you guys still want me to show this off? I feel like you do. I feel like at least one of you does. So while that loads, while Steam does its whole dance routine over this and that, Are we in an ad break? I think I caught that. I don't remember if I actually saw an ad break or if I'm just crazy. Am I crazy? Alright, well, we're gonna be right back real quick. I need to do something. It didn't take much to convince me to show off this deck because it was my first deck that I ever bought. It was off of a Kickstarter, and I forgot the name of it, if I'm being honest with you. Botanica by Kevin J. Stanton. There you go, Botanica. I bought it in 2020, and I was like going through some shit, and I was like, I want to learn how to read tarot, but I don't know where to start. And then my roommate was like, hey, I saw this tarot deck, and I'd never said anything to her before about it, but she was like, I saw this tarot deck online, it's really pretty. And first of all, the thing I want to say about why it's so pretty is look at the cardstock being like kind of a square rectangle situation. It's kind of chonky. This is the deck that I usually use in comparison, so it's a bit wider than the other one. But it's got this nice black and gold situation going on. It's nice and shiny. Love that. I love a shiny thing. And it's pretty nice cardstock. This is the Seven of Swords. It's all flowers. And me, I'm a flower girly, so not that I know all the flowers and that I'm like obsessed with knowing what all these flowers are, because I can't tell you off the top of my head what any of these are. Yes, Gilded Edges. I love it. I do believe this is Temperance, and this is Emperor. So that's kind of the thing that makes it hard to read from this deck. I can read that this is the King of Pentacles, and I can read that this is like the Eight of Wands, and this is the Queen of Swords. Like, it's pretty easy to tell because it has like the wand, the sword, the pentacle symbol. But then when you start getting to like major arcana, you're just like, unless you know for sure, you're not going to really know. So that's another reason why I don't really use it that much, but it is a really pretty deck, and I do like to tap in with it every so often. So when I feel better about reading with it, maybe I will bring it onto live readings, and we can get a reading going with it. I also need to find the booklet that goes with it. But yeah. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck, but it is hard to read. Like, this is the cups. Like, it's pretty easy to tell. This is the 10 of cups, right? And then we have 2 of cups. We have Page of Cups. There's a lot of cups here. This is Judgment, I know, because this trumpet situation only shows up in the Judgment card. 4 of Cups. I'm pretty sure it's Emperor. Pretty sure it's Temperance. 4 of Wands. Yeah, it's beautiful, right? But, like, it's just kind of a pain in the ass to read. So that's why I don't use it that much, but it was my first tarot deck. My second ever tarot deck I no longer have with me, but I got rid of it for reasons we'll explain after the ad break, because we do have an ad break. I guess it won't take that long. Basically, in some tarot decks, what they do is the major arcana is all beautiful, but then you get to the minor arcana, and the minor arcana is just pictures of sticks. Like the Eight of Wands, yeah, that's just sticks, but 3 of Wands shows somebody with the sticks. The 10 of Wands shows somebody with the sticks. The 7 of Wands shows somebody. Like, it shows something is going on with the sticks, so you can kind of figure out what's going on with the wands. In that particular deck that I used to own, and some other decks that I used to own, it would just show wands. Like I don't know if you see like a card of 52. Like, it's the decks of 52 where it's like, it's just that. It's just I'll show you with this. It's just like this. Like, there's not really a depiction of what's happening here. You know, you just see the imagery that it's 7 diamonds. You know what I mean? It's not really giving you a story to tell. Yes. I got this at the Square Enix pop-up on Wednesday. I'm really happy with it. I'm going to show off my stuff here and there because I'm just really happy with it. I really love these playing cards, but they are uber slippery. They are so fucking slippery. But they're gorgeous, and I love them because I love the low birds, and I love that it's in a little book. Like, it's great, but oh my god, why is it so slippery? I bought it to do divination with for you guys, because I thought that would be awesome, but unfortunately, we have that problem. So, the ad break's starting in 2 minutes, so we are going to take a break. You stretch, hydrate, take care of yourselves. I will be back in a moment when the ads come back. Toodles. Just kidding. You didn't hear anything I said. I didn't say anything important. We're good though, right? We're back from ads. Thank you. It's not a real stream until we deal with that bullshit. Alright, so we're putting the cards away for now. Just remember, messages are available through channel points, tipped readings, etc. But we are going to open Final Fantasy XIV in a moment. Excuse me. Probably around 11:30. But I want to hear from you. How were those messages for you? What did you gain to understand about yourself for this week? Because I think there was a very consistent message in all of it where it was just kind of like each modality kind of needs to take a break and really recognize how the last year has both affected and afflicted you. How are you moving past it? How do you want to move past it? How are things appearing in your life right now that are helping you understand what you need to do in order to move past the past? You know, stuff like that. How are we feeling about those messages? I think they were great. I'm also very happy we managed to get through them as fast as we did. Game is loaded. Let's go ahead and open up our Twitch. So how are we feeling? What are your plans this week? It's always nice to have a message that reminds us that progress is still progress regardless of week. Yes. I believe that's very, very true. I believe that's very reflective of, like, the astrology that's currently happening. Because Saturn in Aries is very much like, you want it to happen yesterday, but too bad. And then we have the Mercury retrograde, which is kind of reminding us that sometimes we need to reflect on how everything's just kind of come together. I will say, for anyone who wants to know about how the last Saturn and Aries transit went, when we had Saturn and Aries last, this book came out. Sorry, get this in the screen better. If you've never read this book, but you've seen the movie, I'm just gonna let you know, people who watched the movie and didn't read the book missed the point of the book. This book came out last time we had Saturn and Aries, back in the late 90s, and the end of the Saturn and Aries transit is when the movie came out. And I feel like that's such a perfect representation of what this transit can mean. It's a lot of... Yeah. Well, usually with people who watch the movie but just watch the movie, they really see, oh, there's hot guys punching each other. And I think that's all it is. They saw Brad Pitt and they're like, there's a sexy man punching other men. That's what this is about. No. Literally not. If you've read these books or at least understood the point of the movie, I would recommend reading the book, though. I think people need to read more because reading comprehension is terrible. We have people who rely on AI too much in this time. I also think that AI is going to have a huge, crazy amount of crap happening, especially in the summer and then next year, but we won't get into why that is because it's game time now. So we're going to get into that in a moment, though. I still need to log in. I don't want y'all seeing my 20 fucking ults. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. I was crafting last night, dude. I'm probably going to continue MSQ today. Maybe I'll do some roulettes actually first because I'm trying to catch up my alt into... my alt is uh, level 30 and up on 2 classes, but I need to level her up on her Arcanist and her Lancer because we need her to be a Dragoon. And we need her to have magical skills. I'm going to put my headphones on. Let me know if it's too loud. Let me know if I'm too loud. Let me know. But we're going to pop these bad boys on. Hell yeah, Dragoon. Alright. We are surrounded by bunnies. Perfect. That's what I've always wanted. To be surrounded by bunnies. Alright, so we have, well, let's go off and show. We have Paladin at level 32. We have White Mage at level 30. We have Bard at level 32. So we just need to level up our Lancer and our Arcanist. So I think what we should do, since it's still pretty early in stream, we have time to kill. Why not queue for a dungeon and see what we get? I'm going to go ahead and hide this because no one needs to see my chat except me. Alright. Two bunnies. That's the thing I love about Sarge. It's full of Vieras. I love Vieras because I am a Viera on my main on Lamia. And I just think we're neat. Alright, let's queue for... Oh, it's asking for tank. But I need to level my Lancer, so we're just gonna have to... Don't look at my inventory. You don't see anything. I told you, I was crafting, I was gathering, I was crafting last night. I was having a ball with that shit. But unfortunately, the problem with crafting is it eats up your inventory like crazy. So yeah, we're gonna queue for a dungeon. Let's see what we get. Dungeons I have unlocked that are level 25. Let's see. So we'll probably get at least the 1,000 Maws of Todorok. Maybe Halatali if other people haven't unlocked. I haven't officially done Halatali yet on this character, but, you know, it's okay. Just love lalafell so much. Have you guys seen the eat pizza emote on lalafells? Because it is unnecessarily adorable. It's too adorable. It pisses me off. Look at this. It's just... Oh, it's so cute. I literally started making alts specifically for crafting. One has raw materials, one is crafted normal quality materials, and the last has yeah, because it's like you get a certain amount of retainers for free, and then you get a certain amount of paid retainers, which is all fine and dandy, but crafting, and especially crafting with the efficiency to make money off of it, it takes time. It takes time. It takes a lot of like regulating your inventory. Like, it's a whole thing. I love this guy's outfit, and I want to look at it, but unfortunately, that means that I would have to actually, like, look at him, and... Oh, he has my hair! Oh, nice. Okay, so I think I know what outfit that is. I think it's a paid outfit, and he hasn't died, and I am sad now, because I am putting I'm putting a lock on my wallet as far as this game goes, because I spent money on this game. I mean, it's $5 here, $5 there, but it adds up, you know. You aren't showing your game, you're still showing you. Yeah. Yeah. The cat's meowing. So while we wait for that 7-minute queue, let's go see about our hunting logs. That should be fun. You didn't see the Lala eating pizza? I don't mind showing it again. I think that's a good zoom in, right? That's a good zoom in, right? We can see that pretty well. Ready? Ready? Adorable. It's adorable. JK, I'm not switched over. That's what you meant. See, this is the problem with streamer scuff, is I'm probably getting DMs about it. I'm not, but I should be. Okay, that's really funny. Thank you, Fisherman. I realize what you're saying after the fact, because that's the kind of day I'm having. I started stream, and I clicked on everything I was supposed to click on. Everything was fine. And now the queue pops. We'll just show pizza real quick. Ready? Ready? Yeah, I clicked like start stream and it was working and it was fine, but then it decided, OBS, to crash on me. I'm like, girl, you are pissing me off. Oh. Oh, we've got, okay. People are just ready to go. Nice. I love when that happens. I love when people just start the game and they're done. They're ready. They're just good to go. Awesome. Get the key. It is very adorable though. I'm like, yeah, it's just been kind of a rough start of the day, just simply because, you know, OBS crashed on me, and then, my OBS is saying that I'm streaming on YouTube, but, my YouTube is not showing that I'm streaming on YouTube, so I'm gonna have to figure that out later. I was still yapping when I was like, see the emote? It's so cute, right? It's called streamer scuff. It's just how we live. Is this guy's name Bojangles McBiscuit? Because I love that so much. How are we still going? Alright, you know what? At least I'm not the healer. I'm fine not being the healer in this dungeon right now. I'm totally fine with that. We good? We good? Oh, the tank died. That's cool. This is not my favorite dungeon. I just want everyone to know that. Whenever I see a Lala in this dungeon, I let them get the keys. It's less this... Yeah. That's actually smart, because, you know, we don't have to kneel that much. We don't have to do as much as, say, an Alezin or Aura. Yeah. See, my bun is like... My Vera, she's like 5'9" IRL height. I didn't want to make her necessarily like max or min height Vera. I just made her whatever height made sense to her character. And that's what made sense to me for her. Because I wish I was like 5'9". But I am not. I mean, I'm not too short. I'm like, I think I'm like average height, but still, like. You're feeling your age these days? Yeah. I only feel my age when I'm around people who are younger than me, which is pretty much daily. Oh, that's not that important. That's okay. They don't need my DPS. Clearly. Yeah, they just left. It comes back up, I think. I know. This is the first time I've experienced this kind of rude behavior. Ever. My bad. Somebody in the chat just went, my bad. I was gonna grab the other chest because I think there's somebody new. Yeah. Usually people don't leave me. Usually I get pretty nice randoms, but not today, I guess. I have a hair in front of my face. I will get there eventually. I've never experienced that either, but I also feel like we have a sage that let the tank die, so like... But then again, the tank also was wall-to-walling and didn't ask if it was okay with the healer. And I'm gonna say, not to be like... I don't want to be that person who doesn't play the class, who doesn't understand. I just think there's like a certain etiquette that people should have. If you're gonna wall-to-wall as a tank, you should probably also ask your healer if it's okay to do that, if they're comfortable with that, because not everybody can do that. I did my first ever like healing with randoms as a conjurer. I was a conjurer main on this character, and we had a tank yesterday. I let the tank know I'm new. This is my first time healing in a dungeon. It was like my second time technically, but until I feel like comfortable enough to say I can easily heal. And I kept everyone alive, but he kind of made the complaint that I don't need to switch between cure and medica, and I'm like, I kind of do, because you're not keeping aggro, and also, like, everyone's alive, so who gives a shit? Like, it was Todorock, who gives a shit? Like, I'd understand it if we were doing savages, and I need to manage my MP better, like, I don't have to know the class to know that there's just certain things you don't do. You don't waste your MP if you don't need to waste your MP and things like that. So I was just kind of like, why is this guy being kind of a bitch right now? Yeah, I wish people were communicative too. That's why I'm saying, like, if you can't, like, we'll have people, like, I've experienced this in multiple dungeons where you'll have a tank, like what this tank is doing right now. It's not to criticize this particular tank. It's fine if you want to wall-to-wall. If you can wall-to-wall, that's what this is, grabbing everything. But I think the major issue here is that when you start grabbing everything and the healer doesn't know what they're doing, and I'm not saying that the healer doesn't know what they're doing, I'm just saying if you have a healer who's new, like I was, and our tank was pulling wall-to-walling, I still managed to keep up with the heals. I managed to keep them alive, but they were still criticizing, like, how I was doing it. And I'm just like, bro, you're alive. Like, I don't know. I just like when people who have their own job and they're necessarily doing well try to chime in and say, I actually made what you're playing, you're doing it wrong. Like, buddy, are you alive? And so, yeah, that's pretty much how I felt yesterday. It's not to necessarily call that person specifically out. It's just, oh, we have another ad break coming in 5 minutes. It's not necessary to call one person out. It's just like, if it's your first time healing, like it was for me, it was my first time, second time technically, but it was still early for me to be practicing. I don't get what the healer, like the issue was with that, me healing. Yeah, I mean, I started my white mage. I started conjure at level 1, and I was level 24 when I did that dungeon, and I don't think that 1 to 24 is that different. White mage doesn't start really getting different until like level 50, level 60, level 70. So like I don't main white mage on my main. My main is a machinist. My main just does DPS. And when I started this side character, I wanted her to be like cause she's my mini-me. So I wanted her to be able to do all the classes because I had kind of fucked up on that end on my main. You get it because the healer left. Okay, I get everything. Thank you. So, like, I don't know. I think just the bare minimum expectation as a healer is to make sure that everybody's alive. Did you guys like my portrait? My Dragoon portrait. Okay, so now I'm level 28 as opposed to level 26. We have the ad break coming in. Scholar 30, Astrologer 30, Sage 70. We don't always have our abilities we're familiar with and at level 6. Yeah, that's the thing too. It's like I think cuz like okay, so I'm a DPS main, but like machinist you don't get to level 30 and I'll go in a dungeon that's like, you know, fucking what is it? What's it called? Satasha. It's your first dungeon and I don't know what I'm doing cuz I have like 2 skills. That's it. I don't have an AoE yet, like, and people are wall-to-walling Satasha, and I'm like, I don't have an AoE. And the thing is, also, Machinist doesn't do well with AoEs. It does better as single target. Yeah, Satasha, Copper Monsterok, like, those are all early dungeons. You're not going to get all your skills right away. But yeah, we do have an ad break coming in. I'm not going to snooze it. It starts in 2 minutes, so we will probably take that break. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, wall-to-walling in the first couple dungeons is kind of crazy, but you do you, I guess. So I think while we're in ad break, I'm going to go do my hunting logs, and then we'll see about maybe doing another dungeon, because the queue wasn't that bad. Wasn't that bad. Alright, so the South Shroud, upper paths I have to do. South Shroud. Yeah. Yeah, like, you have, like, maybe... I know I like Paladin, because Paladin has a range, like, you can get everything at once, with your Paladin, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, there's plenty of time. Slow down. Don't rush it. Let it be. Not a fate. Not a fate. I just ran right through it. Maybe not. I'm not great with this map because I'll like remember how it functions for like a second and then be like, what is this fucking map about again? I think it's up this way. So we have the ad break coming in like 2 minutes, so we'll do the ads and then we'll come back and I'll probably do like another dungeon maybe. Just because I'm trying to get to level 30 on all my classes. And then we'll do MSQ. LOL, I love the bar down the lava chocolate. Yeah, it's so good. I really, really, really love the moon stuff so much. Alright. Oh, look! I need these guys now. So we'll do a Fate, and the Fate will actually give us pretty decent EXP, I think. If anything, it's gonna give us extra, seals. And I love seals. Because then I can get ventures for my retainers. And my retainers are all just copies of my lalafell. Because I was feeling very unoriginal. Very unoriginal. And this is actually a great way to farm beasts anew. I didn't even realize that they dropped them, so that would be great for my crafting later. Which means I also need to clean my inventory, but shh, we won't talk about that. We don't talk about that. Low level, you need seals to level up your GC rank so you can do turn-ins. Yeah. Yeah. Like, that's what I was doing last night. I was doing my timers for my grand company. These things. I did them already, and it refreshes in like 20 minutes, so I can do them again. They'll probably be relevant to all the stuff that I already have in my inventory, so I can just craft it. Oh, thank you, Luna. Please also hydrate and check your posture. I was actually slouching, so good timing on that. Hi, Luna. How's work? How you doing? But yeah, I love being able to turn the timers in, because it's a great way of getting extra levels on, like, your fishing or your botany. Like, I have everything unlocked on crafters and gatherers, so it's a great way for me to get those extra levels in without having to just sit there and craft a bunch of shit that's just going to sit in my inventory. I can at least turn it in and get something for it, you know? Are we done? No? Okay. That's fine. I do want to spend some time doing fishing, just so I can, like, catch fish that I don't have, and then if I need it for my crafting, I can just ask my retainers to get it, you know? Because I do have a fishing retainer, but she obviously can't get fish that I haven't caught yet, you know? I mean, she kind of does sometimes. If I do the water exploration, it'll show me fish that I don't have, but under level 50 there aren't that many fish and you can send your retainers out for weirdly. Yeah, I think it's just like the problem with ARR is like they needed to update a few things, but obviously, where are you running? Whatever. Anyways, I finished the fate, so it's fine. Alright, what do we have next on our hunting log? Stone shells. No, oh, I still have to kill these guys. They're in the water. Yeah. Sadly, those venture fish don't count as fish you've caught, so you can't send them. Yeah. It is really disappointing with the way the system's set up, but I understand it because you didn't physically catch it. I understand. But also, make my life easier for me, please. Oh, I need to kill 4. Sometimes it's 5. Sometimes it's 3. Sometimes it's 4. Sometimes it's 5. Shakes fist at the heavens. I know, right? Okay, so that is one of our hunting logs complete. I need to Red Belly Lookout. It's in the upper paths, so where though? It's not up here because we have these guys here. Yes, Bonzo, I can hear you. You were meowing very loud today. I don't know, today's just something spicy in the air because my OBS crashed on me. I didn't switch over, like, that's not my fault. I blame the stars. No, it's my fault. Yes, Bonzo. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys can hear him, but I can hear him, and he is loud. He got mommy issues, don't we all? I think maybe they're up by the where the dungeon starts, perchance, maybe? Possibly? Perchance? Maybe? Possibly? I have a feeling I walked right past it, too. So this is where Todorok is, right? Yeah. This is stream, you guys, me looking for something and not knowing where the fuck it is. I know, Bonzo. It's okay. I feel the same way. Are you guys? No. You guys aren't what I need to kill. Right? Red Belly Lookouts. You guys are Red Belly Sharp Eye and Hive Keep. I need lookouts. I need lookouts. I need... You have looked it up. Bless you. Bless you so much. And it's funny, because I see lookouts here. Oh! Wait. Did I stumble? I think I might have stumbled upon it, but I do really appreciate that. Oh my god, they're attacking me! I think I found them, but thank you. It was completely accidental because I was just walking around, and there they were. Whoa. What's attacking me besides you? Yes, please shoot me with your poison. I dare you. Come closer. You're the one I want. That song from Greece. There we go. Was he the only one? What? I had a feeling that wasn't going to be an issue, because, like... I do think they're probably further up. Yeah, I see one. Come on. Ain't got all day. Come here so I can smack the shit out of you. Thank you, Fisherman. I really appreciate that. My internet website said it was closer to 15, 23, but this... I mean, it's showing the thing on top of their head that tells me that they're, you know, that they're the right guy, but it's interesting because sometimes the Google one is like, it's accurate, sometimes it isn't. One more. Alright. Very good. Okay, moving on. Thank you again. I was like... I mean, I believe you that you say they're where they were, but I'm like... Sometimes it's not accurate. Okay, we'll have to go to Silent Arbor. Where's that? It's right where I am. So, I did need the internet. Sometimes I accidentally stumble upon things that I was like, oh, there it is. I planned that. Sometimes not so much, but I also need something in this area. Is it up here? I know there are people up here. Hello. See, this is what happens when you genuinely explore the map. You see things that you wouldn't have seen otherwise. I also need to find goblins, but I kind of think they're gonna be over where it says goblins meet. I have a suspicion that they're gonna be where the goblins meet is. I don't know what gives me that assumption, but it's an assumption that I have nonetheless. And I do see a camp. Yep, goblin thugs, there they are. Oh, there's one right here. And he's throwing a bomb at me. That's so nice. Love that for me. I only need 3. Good. Get both of them over here. Okay. We did that. What else? Do I need anything else in South Shroud? That's really all I care about right now. Yes. Coral Claw Poacher? Lower paths. Okay, so I think the Coral Claws are back that way. Yeah, I see them. Yeah. Cool. This is a nice thing to do just to get a little extra EXP, but also complete the hunting log, because something about me is I can be a little bit of a completionist. So when I have my hunting log sitting there empty, I'm like, it upsets me a little bit. I have to go further in, don't I? Nope, there's one over there. No, do not perceive me. Do not perceive me. That chicken's like backward kick. Okay. My chicken's healing me the best he possibly can, and I'm over here like dying. Okay, I think I need to check my companion points because I think he has extra points. Yeah, he does. Increased HP. Enhanced tanking. Just let him tank. Tank and heal me, please. Thank you. I need one more, it looks like. Very good. They're also dragoons, I've noticed. Onions or roots, thank you. I'm not, you mean for like leveling your... Do you mean for the chocobo itself, or... Because I don't have like a house to place them in right now, but, at least I don't think I do. But I'll let you know if that changes. Yeah, I figured for the chocobo, because they give you like some roots or something when you do your training quest. But, I'll let you know. Right now I think I'm good though, thank you. I still need... Midland Condor Lower Pass? Lower Pass? I'll just teleport over to Camp Tranquil. Allow leveling past level 10. Hero routes allow increased experience when you're... Oh! I run a garden scheme. I mean business. And generally have some extra... Well, as long as it's a business and not a scheme. Okay, I have to go this way. Garden scheme. Garden business. Same thing. Capitalism, am I right? Especially Eorzean capitalism. So I play on Sargatanas, right? And I noticed I was crafting some like copper rings, like just the simple earrings that you can craft at like level 5 or something. And I noticed on the market board they're worth like 40k, and I'm like, what? Why are they worth so much? Who's allowing this to happen? Eorzean capitalism, if you will. That's who's allowing this to happen. These guys are level 32. Yeah, the market board is insane, dude. Like, I saw people selling simple earrings you can get for like really cheap otherwise for 40k, and I'm like, you know, you could get these for way, 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 way cheaper somewhere else. You know that, right? But there's just people who are just like, oh, if I go on the market board and I look for it there, I'll find it there, no problem. I don't have to go looking around every city to find where to get this one. Like, no, please just Google where to get X or Y, because you will be letting somebody take all your money. I mean, if you have extra money to spare, by all means, blow it on the market board. But Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I gotta kill one more of these guys, and then I'm done. Because, I don't know if you know me, I don't like these birds. They're kind of assholes. Alright, so, we are moving on to... There's like one more thing in the South Strat I think I need to get. Or am I done? I need to go to Southern Thanalan. Footfalls. Okay, so Southern, right? I can read. We have to go to the Footfalls at some point. Southern Thanalan, Broken Water. Okay. Southern Thanalan. Where's Broken Water? It's right there. Okay. The only reason I became an Omnicrafter on my main is because I have a wild neurological thing where I can't end a gaming session with less skill than I started, but I could, yeah. Dude, I know. I don't. I do understand where you're coming from with that. Just because, like, I don't think that, like, if you have extra gil to blow on whatever on the market board, good. Good for you. But I don't get, like, why, like, if it's a savage mount, like, the savage mounts are really cool, really hard to get. I understand charging an arm and a leg for them. I get it. Especially the newest ones. But, what are you doing, my guy? It'll be like a level 10 thing, and the market board wants like 25,000 gil for it, and I'm just like, nah. I will go out and get the materials for 100 now and sell them for less than that, because level 10 players do not have, yeah, because it's not worth it to do that to people. Like, it's rude. So, like, when people are like, oh, I wish somebody would stop undercutting me on the market board, I'm like, actually, no, I think people should be undercutting each other a little bit, because if you have the gil to spend, if you've been doing savages, you get the savage mounts, you have an extra savage mount you want to sell on the market board, for 40 million gil, great, good for you, and somebody wants to buy it from you for 40 million gil, go for it. That's the market for you. But if it's items that you need for the game that are like level 10 items, you know that nobody has that much gil at that level. I mean, I have people who spoil me and give me gil, extra gil that they have sitting around, but like that doesn't mean that's everybody's situation, you know? It's not everybody's situation. If it's level 80 plus 7, sure, sell it for whatever you want. If it's current expect stuff's charged to a million gills, yeah. Yeah, like... I also kind of feel like, maybe this is just a personal opinion, but I kind of feel like it's kind of unavoidable. Like, you can't not have like a crafter or gatherer class on any of your characters without it being like you kind of need to have like a gatherer crafter on at least one character, because it just makes your life a little easier, you know? Like when I started this lalafell, I started at the same time. My friend Pisces, Moose, and Florine, we all started at the same time. And there's like the glamour plate quest requires orange juice, and I had already been crafting orange juice on this character, so I was like, I'll just give you guys some extra orange juice. And also it's good for leveling. I have like a bunch of orange juice somewhere. It's not all high quality like some of it is, but you know, it's not really the point. It's just to have it, you know. It's convenient to have someone who can craft stuff for you, or at least be able to craft it yourself. It's charging a convenience fee for the people who want to speed through the crafter quest because they level them on the moon or something. Not that it makes it okay. Yeah, that's true. Like, there's people who will gather silver ore in the upper path and the south shroud and sell it for like 200 a piece. And I get it, because like, yeah, it's a good sell point because some people don't have it in them to gather. They just want to craft. But also, like, you're kind of missing out on having the money. You know what I mean? Alright, so Sabotenders, and I need to find Corpse Brigade Fire. I think I know where those guys are. Because Broken Water is a pretty big area, and I think that they're talking about those mages in that one quest area. So I will go over there and avoid the snake. And we're already level 29, so it should, with a quest, like, once I'm done with this tier of hunting logs, and then maybe I can do a dungeon, we should be able to get to level 30. But we might get to level 30 before we hit the dungeon, so works for me. Aw, he's right here. Oh, nice. And now his friend came to join me. I don't need to kill you, but you know what? I will kill you anyway. I understand some of the gatherable things, hard silver, sand, or dark steel, or basically workshop craft materials, makes sense to me. Some of that stuff allows you to build submersibles or airships, and those can go for like 20 million gil, but some of it is out of hand. Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, it does make sense for some things, but people do like to kind of push their luck when it comes to what they get away with. Like I said with those copper earrings. Like, those copper earrings are like 200 gil easily in some stores. Like, just NPC shops, you can get them. But for some reason, people are selling on the market board in Sergeant Thomas for like 40,000 gil, and I'm like, that's too much. We do have another ad break coming in a few minutes, so I will probably just keep doing this until the ads are over. Remember to hydrate, remember to stretch, remember to go take a bio break if needed. Go take medicine if you haven't taken your medicine for the day. I don't know what it is you need to do on your breaks, but please take them. Honor your self-care, and we'll be back after the ads. Oh yes, and please hydrate. You too, though. Yes, a small indie company. It's absolutely right. Can't help it when you're a small indie company. You know, it just happens. Can't help it. Okay, I still need to kill sabotenders in Broken Water, so I need to kind of like run around and go find them. So I'll go do that. Oh look, they're right here. Convenience. Convenient placement. They're doing their best, yeah. I mean, Square Enix in itself, not a small indie company, but apparently the funding that is available for this particular game, not that much. When I went to the Square Enix store, they had like this guy who was there checking bags, basically like putting bags on like a shelf so people don't steal. And he gave everyone a number, and our number was 14. And I didn't really, like, I noticed it was 14, but my brain did not make a joke because I was just too excited to be there. But as we were leaving and I went to collect my bag, I handed him the little, like, key or whatever thing that they give you. And he asked me, what's your number? And I said 14, you know, the best game in the series, as a joke. And he was like, I guess it's part of the series. It's kind of its own thing. I haven't played in 10 years, so I don't know what they're doing with it. I'm like, well, I actually have been helping a streamer, I mod for a streamer, and we're going to be helping players who are coming back or new to the game if you'd like to join us. And he's like, I'll think about it. And I'm like, so it just kind of like, no shade to that guy. Like, you know, if you don't want to play this game, you haven't played in 10 years, I get it. It is intimidating to come back to something after you've been away for a long time. Me with my writing. But I feel kind of like it's actually okay to not be weird about it. And I kind of feel like he wanted to be weird about it because he might have his own, like, issue with, you know what I mean? He might have his own issue with the game or maybe the people that he played with. I don't know, but so it's telling me to go to the Footfalls. Footfalls is Western Thanalan. Oh, it's Horizon. Okay. Actually, I can just use my Vesper Bay tickets. We do have the ad break coming in 40 seconds, so please take care of yourselves. I'll be back. I'll just be here, but we'll come back after the ads and we'll continue on hunting logs. Okay? Take care of yourselves. I will be here. You would have thrown down. Yeah, I probably would have too if I cared that much, but I do want to encourage people to come back to the game if they're willing to come back to the game. I'm willing to encourage people to start the game if they're willing to start the game. But it's to me, and I have like the worst possible metaphor for this. So, little known fact about myself is that yes, I'm a tarot reader, yes, I'm very spiritual, but before all of that, I was raised a Jehovah's Witness. You're welcome to sit with that information however you want. I am no longer identifying as a Jehovah's Witness, but I was raised in that religion/cult. And when we went door to door, my mother, who was new to the religion, new to going door to door, was very frustrated with people who were not really taking well to having their doors knocked on, because obviously, why would you be? And one of the things that my grandmother, God rest her soul, told her that it's just like anything. It's just like anything. You can only convince people who are open to it. So, if you're not open to it, you're not open to it. You don't have to push people, you have to convince people. She said some other things were more religious related, but I'm just saying, like, you can't convince people if they're clearly not, open-minded. If a person's willing to hear you out is one thing, but I don't think he was open to hearing it, so it's fine. Stoic reception, yeah. It's one of those things where I think I dropped it. I've lore dropped a couple of times that I didn't see those guys over there, so I'm guessing that they're further up here in closer to Cape Westwind, so I'm gonna go back and see. Yeah, I think I've lore dropped like a number of times that I was raised that way. And also, like, it's not like it really matters in the long general scheme of things, but when we're talking about um, lessons in trying to convince people or get people to understand where you're coming from, pretty early on I learned that people don't have to listen to you. People don't have to like what you have to say. People don't have to um, care about what you are trying to bring to the table. So it's fine if people don't want to, come back to the game, join the game. But, like, you also have to be really, really careful about how you're approaching that conversation. And we are officially in ads, I think. I really should have cleaned my inventory. This is kind of embarrassing. No, it's not. I don't care. But, I think I have to go further up into that, like, if you see, like, above the Vesper Bay, we have, like, that wonky fucking pathway. I think that's gonna be where we see these guys. I know I have a hunting log there as well for some other classes that I have, but we'll see. And we'll be back here at the end of A Realm Reborn, because I have played this game before. This alt is an alt. This is an alt character. It's not my main. It's gonna slowly become my main, though, if I keep this up. Alright, so lead goblins. That's not what we want. There's one of the guys we want. These creepy motherfuckers. I don't know about you, but I have a little bit of arachnophobia. Just like the tiniest, ittiest bit amount of arachnophobia. Not bad enough that I can't kill these guys, I can't fight these guys, but enough, just enough to not like these guys when I'm killing them. You have the most amount? Yeah, like if I see a actual spider in front of me, I will probably cry. Because usually they tend to show up out of nowhere. They tend to, like, jump scare you. Run strong in your family. My condolences, fisherman. I feel for you. Kind of the same. I'm not, like, so scared of them that I see one and I lose my mind necessarily, but it does shake me up quite a bit. Is that it? If I came all the... Nope. 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 You ain't licking me. Not today. Okay, I found one of these guys, so that means... means we're gonna have to tank both of them at the same time. I can take them, like, in a fight. I'm sorry. The jokes just write themselves at this point. Alright, so that should have been one of three. Okay. I don't mind, like, use repos? I think I have repos yet. If I do, I don't think I have it. Do I have it yet? I'm on my Lancer. I don't know if I have repos. I think that's a casting skill, no? Yeah, it's a casting that's what I thought. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's a caster skill. I got confused. I was like, I am a lancer, my guy. I use Bloodbath and Life Surge, and I'm good. Can one of you just, like, respawn, like, right here, and I'll be good? Come here. Away from your friends. Thank you. I don't really know anything about melee classes. I can't melee. They're not necessarily easy to play. They're just more direct and straightforward about how to play them. So we have Upper Lenasia and Lower Eastern and... Okay, so I know where the Apkalus are. They're right outside Costa del Sol, so I will go there first, and we'll get that done. And we'll probably hit level 30 by then, and then we'll do our level 30 quests. I started as a healer, and I'll play healer, range DPS. Cannot tank. Cannot. Interesting. I quite like DPS. I like range DPS a lot, but I think, like, physical range DPS is fun too. But my only real gripe with DPS in general is that the queue times are abysmal. They are absolutely abysmal. I will not argue on that. Like, they were fine today because I'm streaming. I think it's a good time to queue for stuff, but This is one of the guys you learn Blue Mage skills from. One of the best Blue Mage skills, if I might add. This is why I fish. Why can't fisherman be a actual melee class? Actually, like, if you play Blue Mage and you get the skill from these guys, it's going to give you a fish. You chuck fish at people, so that technically is a fisher melee class. You can actually shoot fish at people. I'm level 30. I can technically stop doing my hunting logs. But I kind of want to finish this tier. Upper Lenasia Oakwood. I know where that is. Fishing shoot. Yeah, like, when you play Blue Mage it is. You just use the fish thing. You just spit fish at people. It's fine. Imagine you just queue as a Blue Mage. I mean, you can't really, but, like, imagine if you could. And you're just spitting fish at people. That, to me, sounds awesome, actually. Especially if you're, like, wearing, like, cat stuff. Like, if you're a cat girl. I can see fish as a port. Tie up legs or line. Grab and pull. Like an Empire Strikes Back. Yes. Very good. I have a Star Wars reference. Should have said Star Trek. That would have been much funnier. So I can do my level 30 quest. I'm gonna just real quick finish off this tier of the hunting log because I know I'll forget to if I don't do it now. And I'd rather just get it done, you know? I'd rather just be a completionist where I can and not, like, leave things hanging because that just seems crazy to me. Maybe that's what we'll have when we finally get Beastmaster, if we ever do. Maybe. But I guess that we'll find out when FanFest happens. Perchance. Okay. We have finished this difficulty tier. And now I'm gonna go do my lancing quests. And then we can be a dragoon! And you know what happens when you become a dragoon? Does anybody know what really cool thing happens when you become a dragoon? You meet a Stinkian. Best character in ARR. Well, you don't really meet him till later, but it's fine. You've never dragooned. It's kind of like fishing. You get a spear. It's spear fishing. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. I did, when we went to the Square Enix pop-up, I got Eorzea Academy. And in Eorzea Academy, let me switch over real quick. It's way too cool to not talk about. So let's switch over real quick. This isn't tarot. This is book time. So I got this book, Eorzea Academy, which is, it's basically an alternate reality where everyone's in school. And it's very cute. I'm not going to be reading it out loud anytime soon, but we have Estinian in here. He is 3rd year, class of light. At some point they have a beach episode in here where he is naked. Well, he's wearing he's not wearing a shirt. He's wearing pants though. Let me go. Magnai's in here. Hell yeah. I love Magnai. But they have a beach episode in here. Let me get to it real quick. Emmett Sulk is in here. There's also a scene in here where Thancred is dealing with the Nutkin again. I do like Magnai a lot. And then we also have Estinian in his dragoon position, but he is spearfishing. So, fishing and dragoon, kind of similar in that way. There's a connection there. I just love that they did the dragoon pose, but he's spearfishing. I just love it so much. It's so good. I haven't read it yet, but I plan on taking some time to do that. Maybe soon, maybe tomorrow. I actually could stream tomorrow, but I haven't quite decided. But anyways, we'll see. We will see. Alright, back to the game. Wind up. Ever a sight for sore eyes. By your return, I take it you are ready for the final trial. Very well, let us... Guildmaster Uwain! You are wounded. What has happened? We were attacked, sir, by a dusk-white lancer as we trained in the forest. He was a possibly strong... Is this Twilight? A demon. He kept screaming something about teaching us true courage. No, not him. Not... You know what? French names were never my strong suit. Fuck you? Which sounds like I'm saying fuck you, but I'm not. So we're just gonna say this guy whose name is Fowl. We were in the northwest corner of the central shroud when it happened. I was able to get away, but the others... You must help the others. I don't want to. Be strong, man. I am sorry, Wind Up. The trial must wait. This is the trial. Pray make haste to the central shroud and help your comrades. And Wind Up, should foul force your hand, do what must be done. I don't want to. Spearfishing is so nice to just sort of zen out and get a... Yeah, like, it's fun. It's, to me, the most fun in fishing is spearfishing. They did in one of the other games I play introduce like a mini game inside of a mini game that has very similar mechanics as spearfishing in Final Fantasy XIV. So when I started playing it, I was like, "This is spearfishing, awesome! I love this. I love spearfish. It's fun. It's how I disconnect from reality. Well, one of the ways. Okay. So we are at the Central Shroud. I need to go all the way over there. That's a specific enough location, right? All the way over there. Over yonder. In someplace near, someplace far. I don't have to climb up, do I? Fine. I guess I will go up this giant tree. It's not what I wanted, but it's what's happening. Such is life. Yep. Oh, good. A scarred lance. What's that about? Fine. You guys are about to see me mess this up because I haven't done this in a while. I think last time I did a Dragoon quest, it was like 3 years ago. Help! For the love of the 12, help me! Damn. Sucks to be you. See ya. Alright, well, anyways. I don't have my chicken, no! Defeat the... Oh, I have to save that guy, don't I? Do I have to save this guy? I feel like I have to save this guy. This is not gonna go well for me, is it? I'll try to drag them away from him. There we go. Hey, stop messing with him. He can't help that he's an Alezen. If he dies, did I lose? Like, what's the game here? Oh, good, that was it. I was like, if there's any more, I don't want to do this anymore. I owe you my life, friend. Another breath and I would become worm fodder. I will defer to Pisces, the more powerful... Yeah, I would say so. The Dusk White Lancer unleashed the fiends upon us, claiming it would temper our courage. You should have seen the look in his eye when he said it. Mad bastard. And here's me yapping with no response. Where is he now? I think he headed off towards the North Shroud, maybe in the direction of Falgor Float. I can't say for sure. I was concentrating on the Scalekin at the time. Yeah, that makes sense. If it's a reckoning you seek, you are like to be disappointed. For those of us who managed to outrun the worms will have already alerted the whalers. I'm all powerful. Rah! I dare say the Dustwhite is being held at spear point as we speak, begging for his worthless life in a puddle of his own piss. Serves the bastard right and all. Backflips off cliff. You would. Or you would G-pose in the middle of a trial, right? One of the two. Backflip and G-pose at the same time. And if it helps, I've done the same shit. I want to talk about the... I'm sorry, I don't want to fight right now, even though you're part of my hunting logs. It's okay. There were a couple of times that I, during the start of, like, a trial, and this wasn't during stream or during mods or anything like that, like, I was just playing to play, and I think I was like hunting for stuff with Luna, and we got to a trial. We got to the queue, and like, I just started like smashing buttons unnecessarily, and I didn't realize that I wasn't doing damage because I had selected myself for like a second, and I was like, "What are we doing right now?" Because the problem with controllers is sometimes you select yourself on accident. Um, Luckily, I figured out how to fix that. And also how to select my party target so I can heal a little quicker. Because selecting your target's target is kind of an issue when you're, you know, a healer playing controller who doesn't heal that often. Where the fuck am I going? I don't even know. Ow, what the fuck? Ah! Let's start over, shall we? My name is Val, and this is Jackass. That's what this has turned into. My name is Val, and this is Jackass. I'm actually gonna run up here real quick to recuperate my health and hang out with these guys. He's spinning his lance. He's showing off his lance skills. Kinda gross if you think about it. Oh fuck, I did it again, didn't I? Oh, it's not a real stream if the streamer is not fucking up every 5 minutes. Right? That's right, right? Maybe? Anyways. I found him and a bunch of dead guys. Very inspired. Very good. Very inspired. Very good. If we have time after I do this, after I get to my Dragoon crystal, you know, the Dragoon soul crystal, whatever the frick it's called, the job stone. We'll try to make some time for Arcanist because I need to level her to Summoner because I want to keep all of my class groups at least one of each, all on level with whatever the MSQ is. Helping your comrades, you say? Fool. You waste your pity on false friends. It's only a matter of time before they betray you. Aye, just like those wretches who saw me imprisoned and exiled. I was once an upright citizen of Gridania and a man of the Lancers Guild. Yet life was not easy. For want of the coin to obtain the barest necessities, I conspired with my closest comrades to steal from the guild's coffers. That's a you problem. That's not a Gridania problem. It's a you problem. The theft soon came to light, and though there were no suspects, it was clear that the deed had been perpetrated by someone within the ranks. An air of suspicion hung heavy over the guild from that day forth, until at last, unable to bear the guilt, I convinced my accomplices to join me in confessing. Dun dun dun. I should add that to my redeems. Only for them to bite their craven tongues after I had stepped forward and admitted my part in the crime. And so it was that I alone took the blame. Of course it was a Duskwite, everyone said. Was there ever any doubt? It all made perfect sense. There is an ad break starting. I actually need to go get more water. So I'm going to just kind of leave this here, and we'll come back and get going. Please hydrate. Do your thing. Do what you need to do. I'll be right back. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are back doing our Dragoon trial 1 of 2, I think. How are your ads? I don't know what ads people are getting, but I hope they're good. I hope you're not being convinced to buy anything crazy. I hope there's no AI ads. Hate that. I saw, I forgot what movie I went to see recently, but there was an AI ad before the movie in, like, for Coca-Cola, completely an AI. And it drove me nuts because I'm like, I know that technically AI is the future. Yes, I know, I'm here. Yes, I'm here. Yes. Despite my heartfelt pleas, my so-called friends denied any involvement. Instead, they called me vulgar names that I do not care to repeat. Can you imagine the shock and anguish I felt at their betrayal? Listen, you unfortunately have really shitty friends, and you dealt with a lot of racism, and that's bad, and I hate that for you, but you still did something you probably shouldn't have done. But, you know what? It's fine. We're just gonna play the story. We're not gonna get into the logistics of it because we can do that later. Would that I had the courage to escape my dungeon cell, even if it meant taking some hapless guard's life. Driven by vengeance and no small amount of self-loathing, I resolved to forge my courage anew. I strode into the layers of ravenous fiends while drenched in blood. I put their helpless offspring into the spear that I might face the unbridled fury of their kin. He is monologuing. Hardcore. And now he's going to show me his spear. And he's going to stick it in me. Sorry. It's the, Oh, thank you so much. I will check that in a minute. Thank you. For my efforts, I have acquired the ultimate courage, a courage forged amidst danger and tempered by rage. I fear nothing. I am the greatest lancer that has ever lived. I think there's at least one Alezen that's better than you. I'm just gonna throw spear. Throw spear. Fuck, I was standing in the way. Nah! What do you mean it's not ready? You're not ready. Ooh. Oh, am I supposed to be canceling those from him? See, this is the thing. When you don't play certain classes a lot, you forget how to do anything, actually. Ooh, a zombie! Why are you so weak? Can you tell I haven't done this in a hot minute? Because I really haven't. Do I have my leg sweep yet? No. The hell's my leg sweep? Yeah, I'm just like... I mean, I think that it's not about you have to, like, do a clean trial or clean duty. Like, people survived. People were healed correctly. People tanked correctly. Like, It only matters really when it's like extremes and savages, you know? Impossible. My courage is absolute. Why is he... Is he stupid? No! Come no closer. So, this is what we call the full card in tarot. This is the full card. Right here. It shows yeah, he's like, I am the best dragoon, and then he proves it by leaping to his death. He does not res, and that's okay. Alright. I have to report to you, Wayne, but as I'm traveling, I'm gonna go check that donation. Thank you so much, Fisherman, for your donation. Thank you for that. And I got a Twitch clip from that. That's cool. I love when that happens. I like that Kofi's like, we're gonna clip that for you. Yeah, because you kind of have to jump off a cliff sometimes. It's part of the job. You have to. You're legally obligated to do that. Okay. Let's check our traits. Because I should have a leg sweep at this level, but I'm not sure I do. Why? Oh, it's over here. I didn't really notice it. So we're going to have to like move our hotbar around, do some practice on a dummy. Because I am a dragoon dummy. But, no, I'm not. But we got through it. It's fine. It's fine. We got through it. I love how I said that, but anyone but a dragoon would question it. Anyone who plays dragoon, oh, that definitely checks out. It is. It's if you're a dragoon main or you play dragoon ever, you just know that people are going to leap off of things. That's just what you're supposed to do as a dragoon. Dragoons are supposed to be a little careless. So Felcuse is no more. His was a tragic tale, and one that might have been so different. Had fate not dealt him such a cruel hand, he could have well commanded a place of honor with these halls. But it avails us not to dwell upon what might have been. It is enough that you are still with us, Wind-Up. Lest you wonder about your final trial, there will be none. I have seen all I need to see. You have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that yours is a genuine courage. In recognition of this, I shall pass to you the secrets of Lance Charge, one of the most potent abilities in our arsenal. You are a lancer in your own right now. There is not more that I can teach you. From here onwards, it is up to you to seek out such challenges as will make you grow. Like attracts like, and the strong are drawn to strength, just as I once knew for a certainty that I was destined to face the Lord of the Bramble Patch. So too will you find, or be found by, an adversary of equal worth. None can say what fate will bring, but armed with your courage, there is naught you need fear. Keep close to your heart the lessons you have learned here, and go forth to blaze a new trail with spear in hand. And I need to do one more quest for our dragoon jobstone. I keep doing like these hand gestures, like you guys know what I'm talking about. You do, but... Do you like my portrait? Do you guys like my portrait? Did you see my portrait? This is my portrait for my dragoon. Thank you. I feel as a lalafell you should be as unhinged as possible. Yeah, it's the point. I've received word from an Ishgardian friend to the effect that he requires our aid. I would have you go and provide that aid. I can provide more than aid for your Ishgardian friend. As you may already know, due to her ongoing conflict with the dragons, Ishgard has kept her gates closed to outsiders for some time. The occasional dragoon on patrol duty is about to all these seasons. I see the chat on the side on my screen, and I just like... Yes, it's so people don't know how small I am. I just saw the Astidians pop up and it made me laugh. It is only fitting that we answer the call and lend what assistance we can. To this end, we offer to dispatch a contingent of wood whalers with all haste, but were politely informed that they would not be welcome, much to our initial confusion. It was later explained that we are dealing with a matter of some sensitivity, best handled by individuals who are capable and trustworthy, yet unbound by allegiance, and who fits that description save adventurers. Yeah, man, you gotta be unhinged. Secrecy being paramount, I can provide no details as to the nature of the task. All you need to know will be revealed at the rendezvous point. Should you accept the mission, take yourself to the observatorium. A knight by the name of Sir Alberic will receive you upon arrival. Yay! We're going to Ishgard, kind of. A little early, don't you think? And we're gonna meet an Ishgardian who needs our aid. The Ishgardian can take my aid anytime he wants. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Because I fear I will be saying too much on stream. And there are certain things I need to shh about. You do not have to have Heaven's Word unlocked to play Dragoon. Dragoon is available through basically base game. Like, you start as Lancer. You can pick Lancer when you start. And it's in Gridania. It's one of the guilds. But the Coerthus, stop. The Coerthus Central Highlands is available to you now. I'm still in A Realm Reborn on this character, and you go to the Coerthus Central Highlands pretty early on. See, look at all that snow. And I can go grab the. I think I'll go grab the. I can actually go pick up the Aetheryte real quick. I think I'll do that first. Ooh, I can kill those guys for EXP, or they can kill me. One of the two. No one saw that. It's fine. It's only a flesh wound. I would like to just go straight to Dragonhead and get this started, but I feel a call to the Aetheryte that I kind of need to get it now, so. We'll go get the Aetheryte. Yer. Spam a lot? Ooh, tell me more. I would like to hear about that. Do you go to productions? Like, do you go to plays a lot? That's good. I'm glad to hear that it was good. That sounds fun. That sounds like a lot of fun, actually. Welcome to Camp Dragonhead. I could make a joke, but it is too early in the day for that. That's a Val After Hours stream on Thursdays and Saturdays. Those are after hour streams. We don't joke about that here right now. Wife is a theater buff, and we go to our local theater, and sometimes not so local theater all the time. Okay. W wife there, because that's pretty cool. We're seeing 6 and Phantom of the Opera. Whoa. Okay. Alright, that's awesome. I love that for you guys. Have fun when you guys go. That is really cool. I don't have much else to say because I have not gone to see a play in many years. The last time I saw a play was The Princess and the Pea, and I was in grade school. But it was a good production. Did like it a lot. Big fan of the local theaters, you know, just the arts in general, but unfortunately it's a matter of, like, being able to actually pay to go with people who enjoy going, so. What's your favorite play that you've seen? If you can even pick one. Ah, you must be adventurer of whom Ywain sent word. Greetings and well met. I don't know why I picked that voice for him. I am Sir Albrecht Bale, Knight of Ishgard. The Holy See is much obliged to you for your aid. Show me the dragoon! Time being of the essence, I shall proceed straight to the heart of the matter. The eye, an Ishgardian relic of immeasurable worth, has been stolen, and we have reason to believe the culprit has come this way. So it is that we ask your assistance in its recovery. The eye. The eye? The thief has been identified as a man named Astinian. A dragoon sworn to the service of the Holy See. Aye, you heard true. The crime was perpetrated by one of our own, an individual in a position of trust and no little honor. You may be assured that a fate worse than death awaits him upon capture. But, Pookie. My duties to the sea offered me little opportunity to travel far beyond the walls of Ishgard. I must confess to a grave ignorance of recent Gridanian affairs. I was told that a sentry by the name of I cannot with these names, might have knowledge of routes oft taken by Ishgardian fugitives. I would prefer to keep my identity a secret, and thus would have you gather what information you can from the man. So we gotta go kill Pookie is what we're hearing from this. My wife loves Hunchback of Notre Dame and the Family Opera. I really enjoyed Aladdin. There's a slow-mo song that they do, which absolutely kills. Like, that's amazing. I love that for you. I actually think that's really cool. We must act quickly, for you see, Astinian is hot, but I've already said too much. You said nothing. What matters is that we find our thief and the eye with all haste. When last sighted, Astinian was clad in black armor. Now go, and speak not a word of what I've told you to anyone. We also see local Hamilton productions. If you haven't seen it ever, it's a phenomenal live. I think Disney Plus has it on. Okay. Yeah. There's so much to do, so much to see, so much to enjoy. Let's go see Pookie. He's not my Pookie anymore. He's been transferred. Routes favored by Ishgardian fugitives. Now that's a question I don't hear every day. You aren't plotting some unsavory act yourself, are you? Yeah, a lalafell. Go figure. Even if you were, I doubt you'd make it far. Any road. We've caught a few fleeing to the North Shroud. What with Gridania being home to nearly as many Elezen as Ishgard, it is no easy task to identify outsiders. If you're on the hunt for someone, you could do worse than to visit Florentil's Spire in North Shroud and speak with a man named Idrisden. If any suspicious persons have crossed the border in recent days, he'd be the first to know. I gotta go back to... Hopefully this thief isn't hot with a gruff demeanor, otherwise it'll be difficult to unalive him. I don't know. I've heard he's quite the man. Bad with money, though, that's what I'm hearing. But it's okay. He makes up for it because he's hot. Just like me, I joke at inappropriate times. I make up for it because I'm hot and people love me, so it's fine. Looks like sounds like someone caught feelings a little bit. It's pretty funny too because Pisces and I were friends way before they started Final Fantasy, and I was like, I saw them playing Baldur's Gate, and I was like, I have a feeling they'd like Astinian. But I can't tell them why. I can't spoil it. But I have a strong feeling. And I was right, and I'm happy about that. And I'm proud of that. When you first see him, yeah, he's wearing black armor, but eventually he's wearing the blue. So that's why he's called the Azure Dragoon. Hail, adventurer! Yes, I am the one tasked with monitoring those who would enter our lands by way of Coerthus. An Ishgardian knight clad in black armor? I don't know why I'm choosing these voices. No, I recall nothing of the sort, and such a striking visitor would be difficult to forget. My apologies, friend. I can only suggest that you return to Logandenrel. You know what? His name is Logan now. And see if he has any other theories. Yeah, he's, this is your way of experiencing melee quest lines, because, you probably wouldn't have known that, but yeah, you first see Astinian in black armor, and then you later it's no spoilers, but you see his growth throughout not just the main story, but also the Dragoon quest line. So this is a nice way to kind of know what was going on with Estinian prior to you actually meeting him. Which I had done when I first started playing this game, like, legit, because I started as a Lancer, because I think Dragoons are really cool. My favorite, like, fantasy classes are, like, Archer and Dragoon, because why not? Literally, why not? I wouldn't say Bard so much, because I'm not a big fan of, like, if you're playing music in the street, good, but I don't like it as a DPS class myself personally, but it is really fun in PvP. Okay. No luck, you say? Most curious. Why, it is nigh impossible that a fugitive could make it this far without being espied from Florentel's spire, which leaves the possibility that your man is still in Ishgard. He's my man. Yes, he is. It runs counter to good sense. Would the fugitive not want to put a distance of grounds between him and his pursuers? But by the process of deduction, it is a possibility. The climes of Ishgard are not kind to drifters and vagabonds. That said, there has been talk of curious smoke wafting from a cave east of here at night. Were I you, I might begin my search there. Well, I'm just going all over the fucking place. It's fine. We're gonna see a Dragoon soon. And I heard good things about him. Not that I knew that. Am I going this way? Oh, I have to kill these guys anyway. Works out. Oh my god, I have too much shit. I really should clean this shit up. Awesome. We'll get this guy too, because I have a feeling he's gonna target us anyway. We have another ad break! Bullshit. You sense a hostile presence. Well, of course I do. Oh no, a cutscene. During an ad break? Fuck. It's okay, we got a minute. We have 4 minutes. Oh no, who is that? That Ishgard would resort to sending coin-starved adventurers after me. I know not whether to laugh or feel insulted. The eye. It rouses for another? Something inside him got excited when he saw me, is what I'm getting from this. Preposterous. Our paths shall cross again. You can be sure of it. I hope so. Goodbye. The fuck? This is giving Edward Cullen at the beginning of Twilight. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now that I've actually seen Twilight, I can make that joke. And we have to go back. That was the shortest introduction to a character you'll ever see in your life. And that's the thing. That's the first time you see him. If you're doing the Dragoon quest first, you see him there, I believe. Which is so cool. Like, you get early sight into Ishgard and how Ishgard functions, which is great. Because you don't get to Heavensward for a bit. I'm, like, halfway through ARR right now. A Dragoon clad in black, you say? Tell me all that transpired. Previews. It is foreshadowing. It absolutely is. By the fury, that the eye would choose another? I had not thought it possible. In light of recent events, it would seem an explanation is in order. The eye is no ordinary relic. It harbors the power of the Dragoon, which it bestows upon a single chosen soul. The strongest and wisest Dragoon. He who is chosen is possessed by the power to fight our mortal foes, the dragons of Gervania, on equal footing, soaring the firmament as if it were an extension of the land. That man is known as the Azure Dragoon. The Azure Dragoon is the light of hope for all Ishgardians, and the paragon of all dragoons. For this reason, you may imagine how it pains me to have to confess that the man you encountered, the thief, is none other than the Azure Dragoon, and that I was once his teacher. Needless to say, I acknowledge myself accountable for Estinian's misdeeds, and mean to do all in my power to find him and recover the eye, but I cannot do this alone. I require your help, Wind-Up, you who have received the power of the dragon. You may labor to believe it, but there can be no mistake. The soul of the dragoon I bear glows in your presence, a refutable power that you have chosen. What I can ill explain, however, is the why of it. Never before in Ishgard's long history has the eye roused to more than one individual in a single generation, but it avails us not to cudgel our brains about it. The fact of the matter is that you are now a vessel for the power of the dragon. The dragon lies yet in slumber, however, you must needs possess the mean to wake it, the soul of the dragoon. I would entrust you with mine, Wind-Up. Like Estinian, I once ruled the skies as the Azure Dragoon, although that power has since become lost to me. It was simply by force of habit that I have hitherto kept the soul upon my person. I have no inkling as to why the eye has seen fit to choose a second, and an outsider at that. Yet one thing is clear. None can challenge the Azure Dragoon and conceivably prevail save another Azure Dragoon. Wow, cannot talk today. You are our only hope of bringing Estinian to justice and reclaiming the eye. Of course, I do not ask that you do this unaided. I may be a Dragoon no more, but what knowledge I have I shall gladly impart to you. For indeed, when the time comes that you must face the Azure Dragoon, not less than complete mastery of the power of the dragoon will save you. Of the dragon will save you. Cannot talk. That a perilous road lies ahead of you, I shall not deny. Knowing this, if you would still lend me your lance, I will teach you to harness the power that has chosen you. Go forth, my young dragoon, and rouse the dragon within. I look forward to your return. I have a crystal! I am truly the crystal bitch. We are in ads. Oh no. It's fine. I've also learned the jump skill. Woo! Woo! Fancy! And now I have to equip it. Transfer. Awesome. Yes. We are now a dragoon. And we are still an ad, so I'll wait a minute. Okay. What's this quest? So we're still in ads for like a minute, so when we come back we'll be ending like in 20 minutes, so not sure what to do with those 20 minutes. I think I'll just keep leveling. I have Arcanist next, so I think that's the next thing I'm going to be doing. And I don't know what my logs are for that. Overgrown, Ivy, East Shroud, North Shroud. There's a lot of random shit in here. I could just queue for something, so we can always do that off camera, level up Arcanist, and then move forward from there. But I will leave my Dragoon quest line for streaming. I think that'll be good. Alright. We'll stay on Dragoon, and then I'll go do the, Welcome back, welcome back. We didn't go anywhere, we just decided to stay here. I'm gonna go to Costa del Sol, and I'm gonna continue leveling Dragon through the MSQ, or leveling Dragon, leveling Dragoon through the MSQ. We're actually gonna end probably at 1:30, so I got 20 minutes more-ish, maybe a little bit less than that. And we can just kind of hang out, yap for a little bit more, and, okay, so I have a free day tomorrow. I could stream some more. I'm probably just gonna take the day off to just catch up on any readings that I might have. I don't have any readings, actually, but, I will probably take that time to catch up, see how I can do with, I want to get into doing TikTok lives, but YouTube live is not working today, so I'm having to record this so I can upload it later, because for some reason, it's not doing what it's supposed to do. So, tomorrow I'll probably be working on that. If you see me live, it's probably just to test stuff, because, again, YouTube was supposed to work. I'm not sure why it's not working, but here we are. Oh, snap. It's a fog. Thank you for the hydrate reminder. Please also hydrate, stretch, do your thing. Also, hi Luna, how you doing? I know you're there when you can be because work things, but did we just leave the fish there? It's disgusting. Not my problem though. Literally not my problem, you know. Somebody else wants to clean it up. Be my guest. Be my guest. I do not care. But yeah, we'll be ending stream pretty soon though. So if you are looking to hang out and know when I'm streaming next, because I do have a fixed schedule, but sometimes I feel like popping in every so often. I might tomorrow just for a little bit just to test things out, because it says I'm streaming to YouTube, but who really knows? If you are seeing me on YouTube somehow, though, please come over to Twitch. Twitch is much better. Same username. We have a Discord. We'd love to have you. It's a great spot to kind of chat with other people about tarot, video games, stuff like that. There isn't a Final Fantasy 14 section yet, but there will be soon. I am also available for readings. If you would like a tarot reading, I do on-screen and off-screen readings. Not right now, though, because we're about to close out. But if you'd like a private reading, I'm available for those as well. I think that's a bit about it. And before I really get into anything else for myself personally, I'd also like to shout out my lovely, lovely, one of my lovely mods, Pisces Moon Pie, who is also streaming Final Fantasy 14 online. We also have a really big event over there on Pisces channel this week. So if you want to come over and hang out on Pisces channel, it's a big, big, big week this week for them. They are starting Dawn Trail. It is very exciting. I am very excited. As their friend and mod, I am so excited. I really loved Dawn Trail, and I just know they will too. But here's to hoping they do. It's like a you kind of know, but you don't really know. Please also keep in mind spoilers if you happen to go over there. We're not gonna sit here and spoil things for them. Let them have their experience. Anyway, now that the pointless busy work is finished, I shall give you a challenge as befits your talents. Nice! I love that. You are so welcome, Pisces. Thank you for having me, and thank you for being an awesome mod. I love you. I think I should put some points into White Mage as well. So the next one will be... So this is the thing I like to do when I have my classes all, like, up to level, is that I want to level them through the MSQ, because MSQ gives a lot of EXP. Hand motions. 2 highly distinguished individuals are scheduled to visit Costa del Sol in the near future, and Master Gegeruju wishes to welcome them with an elaborate banquet. But while money is no object, not everything Master Gegeruju desires can be so easily purchased. It is to be an extremely exotic feast, and so wind up your mission is to seek out and obtain the rare ingredients for our chef requires. Naturally, such fine dining must be accompanied with a suitable wine. And by suitable, I mean the very best there is. That, however, can wait for the time being, as I believe you have enough on your plate as it is. It will be a long and arduous journey, but you need not toil alone. Many of the mercenaries who once served under my command still live. They still live, and it will guide you in your quest. To get food? For the first ingredient, I would have you travel to the South Shroud and speak with Landonel at Camp Tranquil. What? Do you mean to tell me you cannot afford to waste time, as your associate did? Adventure, if you don't have the endurance to complete the mission, how do you expect me to believe you can outlast the Lord of Crags? Either do it or don't. I have work to do. Okay, damn, bitch. Oh. So, we'll travel over to the South Shroud and get that going. But I think we're probably going to take this time to kind of switch back over. We're going to, like, just kind of chat a little bit. And we're going to end stream in about 5-ish minutes. Because I don't want to hit another ad break and then end. That's silly. So we're going to switch back over. That's not Final Fantasy for today. We're going to just chat for a little bit. How's everyone doing? What are your plans for this week? Let me know. If you are, like I said, I already listed the Discord and the Ko-fi, and if you are in the Discord or not in the Discord, it's up to you. It is a great way of knowing when I'm live because there is a notification set up, so as soon as I go live, the Discord will let you know, and that's also where I do announcements if I need to not do the live for that day or whatever. My schedule is usually 10 a.m. Mondays, and then on Friday and Saturday I do like 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But all that's going to be in the Discord. So I will have days, probably Tuesdays and Thursdays, maybe even Wednesdays, depending on what my schedule's looking like, where I just pop in for a little bit. For Saturdays, we used to do, like, spiritually specific days where I wanted to talk about astrology, want to talk about tarot, want to talk about runes. I don't mind doing that on any day, but I think what I'm going to do on Saturdays, and this is kind of an announcement here, we're going to switch those over to body doubling days. So if you have anything you need to get done, but you also want to have a stream on in the background, on Saturdays, 4 p.m. till about 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I will be doing body doubling streams, which means I'm just going to have the stream up. I will be doing what I need to get done that I can have the stream up and running. It will have this just chatting screen up and available, but I will be working on whatever it is I need to be working on, whether it is checking up on the collective, doing collective check-ins, which I won't be sharing necessarily. Talking about tarot is fine. I might do some like tarot educational stuff, but that's only if you really want to listen. But I think it's going to be better if I do body doubling days those evenings. So if you need somebody to body double with, I will be there. But I will check in probably tomorrow just for a couple of hours just to test out my YouTube stream. So if you see me pop up, it's not an official stream, but it's just to kind of check and make sure my YouTube stuff is working because it's not working now. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? But we're going to check in when the time comes. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the donation earlier, Fishman. I really do appreciate it. And thank you for just generally being good support and chatting with me about everything that you do, because it's nice to know that I have community back me up on what it is I like. I like doing multiple things. I just noticed your chat, Pisces. Hey, I know you need to fight the guys. Well, we need wine and cheese. It's funny because it's like you're the warrior of light, but we need you to kind of get this cat stuck in a tree. We need you to kill some rats over here. We need you to like gather some supplies for our party that you're not invited to. Like what is that? So yeah, so I might pop in later, not later today, but tomorrow I'll be popping in a couple hours just to kind of check, make sure everything's working. I'm gonna try and see about getting into a TikTok live agency so that I can like maybe do TikTok live as well, because that is an option for me. I just don't know how to set it up quite yet, so I'll be working on that tomorrow. You might see me, you might not, you might miss me. It's not really official stream. You won't miss anything for real. You'll see me back on Friday though. Friday we'll be doing more Final Fantasy, and then Saturday we'll do a body doubling stream and just kind of hang out, and I'm gonna be writing. I think we'll also maybe dedicate Saturdays to, I want to start learning a language again. So I picked Japanese because I do have my notebook still from when over the years I've been trying to teach myself Japanese, and I still have all my stuff from it, so likely be going through that. And yeah, it's just going to be a good time to chill out and do other things besides just tarot and astrology. Because I do like tarot and astrology, but that's not all there is in life. So we'll be expanding our things that we're doing. So that is all for today, though. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate everybody who comes by, hangs out, chats for a little bit. Thank you. I hope I made your morning a little bit easier to get through. I know some people are using streams as a way of like background noise while they work from home. So thank you so much for letting me be a part of that. And thank you so much for thank you for modding for me, Pisces. Really do appreciate it. Please come by Pisces stream if you want to see them start Dawn Trail on Thursday. It's gonna be a really big day. I'm really excited. So excited for them. But anyways, thank you for being here on my stream. Thank you for hanging out, and I will see you guys Friday. If not tomorrow, I'll see you guys Friday for sure. Bye.